need to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste.
Hello, I'm Robb Mackay. Sympathy for the Devil was the 1968 lead track from the Rolling Stones album Beggar's Banquet. And I'm going to let you know why it might be the greatest rock and roll song ever. When I think about the longevity of this song, I think about the shape, the lyrics, and the sounds. The shape of Sympathy for the Devil is really unique because it kind of goes like this. Right? It builds in intensity and complexity through the song's duration. The texture of the song keeps getting thicker, more complex. And really, with the beginning of sort of sparse percussion, piano, with the addition of vocals, lead guitar, bass, it sounds more and more like people are arriving at a wonderful party all the time. And we start to hear that the party is kind of going a little bit crazy. Lyrically speaking, a lot of the British pop bands from the early 60s were pretty squeaky clean. Rolling Stones came on the scene and they weren't squeaky or clean, but not super duper offensive right off the bat. By the time they released Sympathy for the Devil, things were starting to get pretty frightening, I think, for a lot of parents in the 1960s. And it seems like the lyrics in Sympathy for the Devil were written almost exclusively to enrage parents, which gives the Stones a lot of social and cultural capital with teens in the 1960s. There's some pretty gruesome imagery through the lyrics in Sympathy for the Devil, references to the crucifixion, World War II, the Kennedy assassinations, which were a particularly open wound in 1968.
Killed the Tsar and his ministers, Anastasia screamed in vain. I rode a tank, held a generous rank, when the blitzkrieg raged and the bodies stank.
And through it all, there's this brutal sounding falsetto vocal that makes it sound like the singer, who we understand to be Satan, is kind of losing control. And when the devil knows he's losing control, we've got problems.
Tell me, baby, what's my name? Tell me, honey, I'm getting confined.
Finally, we have the sound of Sympathy for the Devil, a sort of an urban hell, right? The bass guitar has this fantastic pulsing, driving lead guitar kind of sound to it, staccato. The lead guitar sounds almost like a slashing knife throughout the song, which puts the song in context with the Rolling Stones' Midnight Rambler. There's no standard rock and roll drum kit in this song. Everything sounds like bongos and percussion. Pretty exotic for the pop airwaves in the 1960s.
I was around when Jesus Christ had his moment of doubt and pain.
In the end, the song itself strikes me personally because of all these elements. I understand the social context, I understand the musical context, but every pop song that's going to stay has to hit each listener, and each listener brings different things to it. So, all these things put together, and the way the song strikes me personally, leads me to believe that Sympathy for the Devil is probably the greatest rock and roll song ever.